even though Vagabond's Nomads chunks out some quality, but I haven't seen them match up to what Vagabond's esports themselves can bring into the competition, which is just shocking, my friend, mind-blowing. In fact,
I mean, that's the usual question that we have. The usual question that we ask is, who will be challenging them? Who will be taking them down? Riley is attempting to do that, but so far not so much into the fight. So we'll have to see who else will be putting in that gameplay. But as we look into the fight right now, Hydro Dam will be in there taken by two teams. It's not just the Four Kings Aces anymore. It is also another team here from Riley Esports. So we'll have to see. The split from Riley Esports might be a damage for them because all four members of the Four Kings Aces will be dropping in.
4 members all going in for the hop, and Fracking Tower is going to get a little crowded here as NRX 432 takes the hot drop against Dow Conquerors. 432, you better step it out, man, because Dow Conquerors have been so consistent in the competition so far. This hot drop is a terrible idea, and NRX 432, they better figure out exactly, how they're going to be pulling this off, and God forbid they pick up some bad loots, because they're going to need every single bit of firepower that they can afford to have on their side to take on one of the most consistent squads out there on the battlefield, Neptune.
It's very difficult, really, especially as NRX 432 is not doing well at this point. But it is also a smart move from this team of the Conquerors, not really to go and straight engage. They have a backup plan, especially the compound that is near in here in the south of this area. And NRX 432 will be left in there to get a lot of loots, and even with a scan, it will not be reaching the Conquerors. So we might be seeing NRX 432 survive a little bit longer as they jump in onto this blackout, and they're even challenging the teams despite of how they have been left in there behind in this compound, AJ.
And I think that things are going to be changing a little bit for these teams as they push on out their opportunity to catch up with the rest of the members out there on the battlefield. Seems to be a little iffy here because NRX 432 don't have that high ground advantage that BBB holds on to, and Gray pops on out. Bye Halo. Back to the lobby this potentially might be for Keys as well as Halo as they wait for Glad and Joko to wrap things up. This is once again the weak open grounds combat that NRX 432 hops on into. They're making me cough because of this terrible fight that they're taking. I mean, time and time again, I've talked about this. NRX 432, they just cannot sustain out there on those open grounds, and yet they still force it.
And that's one thing, like we've already pointed out in here, that they are already safe, but still went in for the challenge. Yes, it's early. You might have taken advantage in here, but this is not looking good for them. Sacred will be taken down with Jokok in there, but Sacred as well as Glad eliminated. First team, once again, is NRX 432. A little bit too aggressive to my liking, especially as they have lost that high ground advantage earlier on as the Conquerors just pulled back in there. And I was quite surprised. Like, a team is already pulling out. You know that you're not doing well in terms of placement or in terms of kills. Then why not leave it be and then wait for it later on? So we'll have to find out what would be the game plan of NRX 432 on the next round and the last chance for them to play in this day number 1.
420 just has to stay silent here as D-Sync is quite annoying up in the air with the Jackal, constantly trying to tag them up as he flies by. And this is going to be a problem because it looks like D-Sync has got an eye out for them. And the information gets passed back through to the rest of the players who are coming on in for a shutdown. This is just a wrap around the compound of NRX 420. AXP Eternals, do you know what you're doing? 420, yes, they've been out, but they might just be able to strike back. D-Sync from up top, and he's got that high ground advantage. Now hops on in. This is just an attack from all angles against that 420 squad. And D-Sync, this is a big one. Cluster for the damage. And as everybody hops on out, good rewind played, but D-Sync rewinds as well. Blink outside, gets back by Mizuki Cutie, and this is a phenomenal attack by AXP Turtles.
And that's one thing that you don't want to happen. Being stuck in a room right now. It's a good thing that Pappy is in there. It's a good shot and will be able to take down Viper and slow the approach. But one will be taken down once again. It's Ray Gun. And it's now Pappy who needs to pick up Zeus. But with the time spent already, Pappy will not be able to survive that. And the takedown right now for NRX 420 is in here at bay, and the team eliminated by AXP.
AXP had their number. The moment they found out it was NRX 420, they just swoop on in like vultures, man. They don't care. They know that NRX 420 is currently nerfed in the competition, and that's just easy eating points, easy kill points to continue to collect and walk on up. Mizuki Cutie, he knows exactly what it is. No emotes, but he's moving his head up and down. He knows the job is done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good to emote, but at least there's a little bit of movement in there, but not so much against Maui. It's Cookie in there. SMR as a gameplay, and it's now left to Burn. But how can Burn survive knowing there's a team on top of him? But the battle continues as KKPG in there. No, it is Nyx. Takes down V10 in there on the steal. But Nyx right now trying to take down Meow from that Jackal. And, well, Vitas needs to fight through because Armin Radzina is not going down that easily, especially as they are complete squad and they need to make do with this play.
Wanted up atop, you know, Meow. As he meows around the battlefield, the Jackal's gonna continue roaring. And the one and only Armin Radzina has been very fantastic with the engagements, especially Cookie. And what he was able to do in that final circle earlier on, he single-handedly finished off 2 players from the side of 4 Kings, and they didn't even see him coming. And they were just a little too preoccupied trying to spot out the players of Vagabond's esports in that final circle.
And that's one thing, like if you are distracted and not really focused on everyone in your surrounding, you will be taken down in the backstab. And I think the same goes for Almighty earlier with the push of Vagabond's esports. So they really need to put in a lot of focus in this game as well as their surrounding. Not so much for Burn in there because Burn will be able to survive and probably get the dog tags on their side. Vagabond's Nomads, on the other hand, still trying to chase on the Slays, and they are starting it off in getting the arsenals and then later on popping off with the kills.
Mizuki Cutie once again strikes alongside Kimi SH. ASP Eternals popping off on the battlefield, man. Desync opportunity. Bye-bye, Trevor. He slides away, but Desync knows Desync this time. Manages to grab him before he gets away. Riley Watts up top, but AXP Eternals are in a dominating mood this time around. 2 vehicles out there on the battlefield. The motorcycle, the perfect one to zoom around everywhere as they continue picking up kills, because this seems to be a dominant showing by AXP Eternals this time around at Blackout.
And this is what I'm talking about. The moment you get the slays, a good amount of slays against a different team, probably 2, then you get out and reposition. Find a different team that you can challenge, but not in that way wherein you're going to push your teammates afar, because that if someone was waiting in there in the bush, might be taken down. So we'll have to find out how well AXP will be able to gather more of the slays, because this is one team that is expected. Killing after killing can be done by AXP, and especially as the Nomads is nowhere in sight. But for the team of Riley Sports, it's Watts who might be seeing ENE Phoenix at this point. Motorcycle can be taken, but it needs to get the dog tags, and ENE Phoenix will not let that go that easily, AJ.
Riley Esports, dog tags all picked up, scanned through as well. Watts with the job well done. And just needs to play the game of patience to wait for the rest of the team members. But Nomads, they go after Almighty Prime. And Almighty Prime is all surrounded. Dre tries to run away as quickly as possible, leaving Chibi behind. Those dog tags aren't going to be picking up themselves. So Dre and Claudie, they have to find a way to get back in here. As you can see, Chase has already run away as far as possible. He's nowhere near the vicinity to help his team members respond against the Vagabond's Nomads.
And underwater, we have Vagabonds Esports right now, and nowhere to be seen. And I think Vagabonds Nomads will not be waiting as well, unless Almighty will give us a little bit hint of the position. So Esa right now is in here just looking into the waters, just checking if there will be anyone who will be showing themselves. But even with the 3 teams in this compound, no one, or in this area, no one will be sighted by the Nomads. And the hope of oh no, I spoke too soon. There goes Blue, but Blue will be able to fire back, and Luki and Yato will be taken out. Now, how will this be? What will be the response of Vagabonds Nomads right now at this point, knowing that it's Vagabonds Esports and it's now left to Blue, and this might be the lost chance that we were looking for that 6 rounds, AJ.
Yeah, you better stay here and finish him off, Vagabonds Nomads, because clearly you have information now. But Nomad says, thank you very much. The job is done. We are getting out of here. We need to do something else. We are a little busy. We remembered that we have an appointment a little bit later on. And Blue continues picking up those slays as he moves on now to pick up those dog tags. But Blue needs to be a little bit more careful as Claudia shuts him down from the back. That was unexpected. And now it's all up for Vagabonds Nomads to pick up the final pieces. They turn right round. They know what's happened and they need revenge. Claudia, you messed up, brother. You went in for the wrong team. And Virus tries to shut him down. Claudia down underwater. 30 HP left on his side. And this looks like it's gonna be a GG for the Almighty Squad.
Yeah, there's no way but up right now on this water. And once you get that head shown, especially for the teams against or this Vagabonds and Nomads, well, they will be gunning you down. But right now, I think it's a pull out because of how it hurts the HP in terms of the safe zone, and we need to move in. Lost opportunity for Vagabonds and Nomads right now, and a chance for All Might to get back, especially with the scan being done by Claudia. But, well, I find now 3 kills already for the name of Vagabonds and Nomads, and I will not be surprised if they will get not just a decent amount of kills, but also that #1 spot, AJ.
Yeah, and I think without Vagabonds Esports, Nomads have nobody to stop them. I mean, Big Brothers themselves have gotten taken out of the equation already, and therefore that's an automatic approval for Nomads to go crazy, to get into that final circle and just go ballistic. Take everybody to down. 36 players out there on the battlefield, 34 potential kill points for Vagabonds Nomads to rip away that second spot. And I feel like they're going in for exactly that. AXP. This is AXP Eternals, who have been phenomenal in this round so far. But they've slowed down their kills. They've slowed down their spree after that 7th slay earlier on. They don't want to push their luck all that too much.
Yeah, I mean, that will be depending on the position that they have, because the moment that they step out, they will be spotted in here. And I think the gunshots has been fired by a lot of teams surrounding them. But this time, the airdrop will be pulling in not only the 4 Kings, but also the attention of Vitas right now. Smokes, smart move coming from the 4 Kings right here, but the spam will be done by ha. No damage just yet. And unfortunate for Vitas, there's no nades as well as SMRS going in for the play. And 4 Kings will be surviving and taking this compound, but there goes Meow being taken down by Kimish from the other side.
Kuzma backing up the one and only ha, who takes that high ground advantage to play against all of the other teams. And the bird's eye view might be good, but ha's movement is giving me a migraine a little bit. 4 Kings on the other side. Oh, he spots out 2 players. Bye-bye. Final shot for Kuzma. But his opponent just slides away to safety. Neki now stops on out. Kuzma says, hello. Take a couple of shots from my M21. But the M21, just not enough firepower out of each and every single connection of those bullets to bring those players down. Riley Esports, on the other hand, they lose their players. And Kimmy, out of nowhere, shut down ha from up top. I mean, there's an expiry timer to that high ground advantage that you hold as you make so much of noise, Neptune. Other players are bound to catch you off guard.
Yeah, and I think Vitas are like assuming that it's a 4 Kings making those slays, and that will be AXP on the other side, because 2 slays already and they're only ones inside. So we're still wondering where Kimmy is, but on the other side, like, we have the Conquerors who's getting a lot of kills in there in this area, and it just is like scrambling to get this loot, because it's not only them in this point. We also have this team of ENE Phoenix, but the slay will be done, and Supre will be dying out of the safe zone with the vehicles. We have the Conquerors who have a good chance to survive and move in together with a safe zone, but it's just left to where they can position themselves, because I'm looking at an open area right now, and a lot of teams might have taken that already, as 9 teams are still alive and kicking.
9 teams still alive and kicking, but how many can kick out the one and only Vagabonds Nomads, who are aiming for the #1 spot? Nomads, Team 9, turned into dog tags, and you know that AXP Eternals might just be able to make quick work of them. They've managed to shut down a couple of them already, and as they circle around, Virus still alive and kicking, but Virus is going to run out of time if he doesn't act now, Neptune.
You need to act now, really. And there goes Akemi. They are now on a spray against ABC, and even in one cycle, that is just the damage that this team can do. The Sync right now going in for the cleanup, and imagine AJ, 12 kills from the 7 that we've seen earlier. A quick 5 slays in this round, and Nomads right now will be their next target, and they need to move fast. They need to move in, otherwise they might be taken down here the moment that the rest of the teams comes back. And coming back is what's happening right now for the Nomads.
I didn't even know the Nomads actually managed to pick up all of those dog tags. It looked like it was still out on the open ground, but they somehow managed to sneak that away. Virus brings them back. Travis goes to town. Jay's taken out. Travis just got back and is OP already. My goodness, what can stop the players of Vagabonds Nomads? I think nothing.
I mean, that is a clear representation of Vagabonds and Nomads, and no one can stop them, similar to their brothers. But the brothers has been stuck in there. I think they have a weakness of pneumonia, because they spent so much time in there underwater, and that's when they were taken out. Even out cold in there by Almighty. But it is also with the price of Almighty losing their chance in there. So hopefully that will be well, that will be the case for most of the rounds, especially for this day #1, because what we are hoping for is other teams to take that #1 spot for this game, AJ.
#1 spot is what they want. Problem is, everybody wants the exact same thing. You gotta fight your way back up there. And Vagabonds Nomads, as quickly as AXP Eternals made quick work of them, they are right back in the fight. But now, open grounds. This is the opportunity for Eternals once again. Virus gets tagged up. 2 shots back to back. He uses the bridge halfway through, and he manages to recover a little bit of his armor. But open grounds, really not a place where you want to be running around when Kimi SH is holding on to this high ground. And the 4 Kings, as we saw them earlier on, still in here in the exact same compound, trying to catch out all of these other players. Kimi SH just a little bit too far away from the edge of the circle, slides on in, pulls out the snowboard, Viper shuts down Wanted, then it's all out chaos in this final circle.
Gimme is still alive, but missed that opportunity for kill against a Virus. But AXP is in a good position right now, and the heading that they can take in here might give them that opportunity for the slay, especially as a Virus has left out from the outside. And in there, a quick move with a ninja, but get away using that snowboard, and Viper will be taken down. A Virus right now trying to go in for the wall bang against the 4 Kings, and Virus will be armoring up as Esther will be knocked down, but there goes Instinct for the kill as well. Seeing and feeling gunshots coming from the Nomads give them their location.
4 Kings, they are flirting with dangerous spots here. 57 HP. He sneaks on outside of the circle just so that he can get that vantage point for the toss of the grenade. Negi is just playing with fire here. Needs to hop on out and away. KKPG drops by to say hello to BBB Sacred. Knocks him down onto the ground. M4 LMG too souped up, but he's running out of bullets. Thankfully, he will be able to loot up his opponent, who gives him 400 bullets to replace a little bit. Cookie from up top says, get the hell out of here. No matter how much you loot, you cannot take the best out of me. Vagabonds Nomads continues to go to town. They shut down 4 Kings, and the 4 Kings in a lot of trouble. They have no response for Vagabonds Nomads.
Well, 4 Kings is a good location, but they spent a long time in there, and they will be hunted. They will be taken down the moment that they other teams has a chance, and that is a chance that the Nomads has taken. Book Loki right now is in here, seeing those bullets coming from the Nomads, will try to go in for SMRS, but with the smoke being released, I think by the teammates, has lost out that opportunity. And I think this is the final moment that we have with the two teams remaining and this compound. It is just the Nomads who will be stopping them, gatekeeping them, and as predicted, the Nomads taking the win in this game. Still, Vagabond's brand takes that win.
Hey, the prediction's way too easy in this competition, man. I mean, you know, we don't deserve any praises. It's just so easy to see exactly who's going to dominate, who's going to win, and who's allowed to win. Vagabonds Nomads stepping up as their brothers Vagabonds Esports themselves get taken down. You know, the plan between the Nomads and Esports kind of broke down a little too much. Yes, there was a little bit of return fire, but they didn't expect Almighty Prime to end the run of their big brothers just like that. They were supposed to survive because, you know, the Nomads had already pulled away from that fight. They didn't really want to take that engagement anymore against the players of Vagabonds Esports. And out of nowhere, Almighty Prime decides to take it upon themselves. Claudie, with that single kill that he got, it was a big kill because it was on the final play.